On the way here, I asked you to play a song for me.
Yes.
That was the reason why I asked you to play that song. And have you ever heard it?
No.
What was the song?
White Lines.
White Lines?
Yes.
Have you heard this song before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Here's a here. How about this? Here's a segment of the song. Get higher and higher and higher.
It couldn't get much higher.
No, it's not that one.
No.
White
Obviously, so White Lines.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're talking
Going
about
through
cocaine.
my mind. Yeah, it's a song about cocaine. And I don't know if you're familiar with that song. It came out in 1983. I'm pretty sure if you heard it, you'd know which one it is.
I probably will.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm bringing it up because not that we do cocaine in the show. That's not what I'm going with this. But, Chris, so yesterday at your job at Cinemark, plug there for Cinemark. We need a sponsor. The Cocaine Bear is out, right?
Yes.
So how did it do? Do you know? I mean, was there a lot of people coming through? You didn't even pay attention, did you? What were you doing? Pizzas?
I was in the cafe. That's literally all I was doing, making pizzas. I didn't pay attention.
So I was
to who
right.
Came in.
What? Okay, you got to pay attention to stuff like that. You just never know. But somebody crazy might come in. You got to be ready. Well, you can always throw a pizza or some shit like that.
Why would I waste a pizza on that?
To save the movie.
So anyway, we're gonna go watch it on your dime. We're all gonna get together, family night, and we're gonna watch Cocaine Bear. It's actually a true story.
Yeah, no, I knew that.
Well, I mean, it's a true story, but it's not. And that
it's over.
Spoiler alert! I don't know if this is a spoiler because we haven't even seen the movie yet.
It's about an event that happened, but the story of the movie.
Yes, go ahead.
Not.
No, I mean, but they had to add to it.
Yeah, to at least make it interesting.
Whether or not it went
right.
The real story only lasted about 5 minutes.
What's the real story?
A bear got into cocaine and overdosed.
Yeah, it overdosed.
Okay, but why?
Because it ate like a pound of cocaine.
No,
it
didn't. It actually didn't.
30 pounds of cocaine.
No, it wasn't 30 pounds. It was so this drug smuggler was flying over Georgia or Knoxville or wherever, and I don't know if his plane was going down or what it was, but he jumped out of his plane.
Okay.
And he had 3 bags of cocaine in his and each bag I think had 70 pounds each.
Those 3 bags.
Those 3 bags
in the woods.
And so what happened is his parachute didn't go off.
Oh, so he plummeted.
And he plummeted on So 3 bags were out. 1 bag was still stuck on him. Another bag a bear found, and then the 3rd bag, it was nobody claimed it. Nobody knew where it went. According to the people, the story back in '85 is they said that the cocaine just flew through the dust, the air, the water, because it was probably maybe about 6 weeks until they figured out what. Oh no, it was 6 weeks that they figured out what was wrong with the bear. Because he was already dead for 6 weeks, and then they figured out he OD'd. So it didn't take him very much coke. I mean, it wasn't like he took the whole thing, like the movie shows that he's just addicted to this stuff.
Yeah,
which is exciting. I gotta go. We need to go watch it.
We can go see it. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, let's go see it. We're playing tonight. So this bear, as of right now, it's stuffed. They stuffed this bear.
Let me guess, they powdered the nose, didn't they?
No.
Well,
look, we'll show you a picture right here. Yep, it's actually it's got a hat on, and like a Kentucky hat because it's in Nashville, and they stuffed it. I can't remember.
Oh, you mean the bear
the bear itself, the bear that OD'd. Yeah, they stuffed it.
Oh,
and it's sitting in, and that's how it's a pretty famous bear now, like Yogi Bear or Winnie the Pooh. We're gonna have to go watch it, and I think that was Ray Liotta's last movie.
Really?
He's in this movie.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, and I actually saw the clip, and I saw him, and I thought that was him, so I kind of had to look it up, do some research.
Now that dude looks like he's on cocaine.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but we can't say that because people called me out last time. So no, we're not saying Ray Liotta did cocaine or anything like that.
I am. That dude looks wired. You ever see him smile? He's got like those wide eyes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Modcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Mr. Edgar Galicia.
Thank you for having me.
What's up, Edgar? How you been, man?
Busy as can be.
I bet.
But just enjoying life.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's been a while. Did you find the place okay?
Yeah, it was easy.
Pretty easy.
GPS.
Got you here quick, right? Yeah, so thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming in.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And I think this is your first time you met Marcos.
Yes,
and,
actually.
and Cristian, yeah.
Yeah. Last time I saw you, you were single and mingling.
So you're talking 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Just about.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I mean, we've kept in touch, and luckily Facebook helps us, and but yeah, I mean, actually, and we were at you invited us to the Super Bowl,
Parade.
the Super Bowl parade, and we didn't even get to hang out. I was like, man, this guy invited us, and I didn't even get to see him. How'd you guys do there?
Everything good. We did good. Yeah.
Dude, you guys are killing it, man. You guys, I was like, every time I looked over, you were just busy.
We're selling tacos.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you guys are doing? You're out there selling tacos for the whole parade?
We started it with the Royals, but we have a party bus. My family has, and so a cousin of mine and several cousins actually just get together and planned a gathering in a private place to watch the parade more comfortably.
Yeah.
And we get to invite people, and we just have a ball. But this time, we decided to sell tacos.
Oh.
Not only have tacos there, but to sell tacos. And it was a killer.
It was because, I mean, from where I was standing, I mean, we were facing the road, and you were over to the left corner, making tacos. I don't remember who was with you. Was
a couple helpers.
Yeah. And everybody that walked by me had plates of tacos. And I was like, man, these guys are killing it over there. So congrats on that, man. That's awesome.
We sold over, I'm going to say about 1,500 tacos that day.
Dang.
In the morning.
Yeah, and this was in the morning, yeah. And they were tacos asada
and chicken.
Yeah.
Pastor.
Man. And they were good. They were really good, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, right? But I mean, it was a perfect spot, and people had already planted themselves, and then people were just walking through. And I mean, it was a fun time. It was cold as shit.
Yeah.
But I bet you were warm though.
We were next
behind
to
the grill.
Yes, you
Yeah.
behind the grill that kept you guys warm. Damn, I should have come and help you.
It was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the party bus that you guys have, and that's your cousin, Robert?
So the bus is my uncle's, Vicente.
Oh, that's his bus.
That's Vicente's. But Randy is always on it and moving it everywhere. So
Okay.
it's Randy's, Robert's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's the one that I met. And then I met Mark.
Mark, yes.
Yeah.
Coronado.
Okay, Mark Coronado, yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy, yeah.
He's a good guy.
He was the DJ. He was getting everybody all hyped. And so, yeah. But no, that was such a good idea, the way you guys set up the bleachers,
Yes.
And then, of course, the bus you had there in the parking lot. And it was actually a heater, right? I mean, it was nice and warm for us when we were able to go back and forth. Yeah. So, of course, Sandy kept going back and forth. And so I had to stand in the cold in our little spot that I was standing.
Right.
I had to hold the spot because every time I moved, somebody would come next to me. I'm like, all right, guys, give me some.
Trying to take your spot?
I'm trying to get my spot. And then, your cousin Maria, or my cousin Maria was there. And so she stood behind us. Mom was next to me. And it was a good time.
I was so busy, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, you didn't.
I mean, I know we planned it that way. The bleachers, because we were in the parking lot, we needed to raise our levels so we can watch, and very few people could jump on the bus.
Yeah, I saw them. I saw them up there, and that was pretty neat.
So it was good, but I didn't see any of that because I was just cashing in.
You're hustling. I like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, good for you guys. That was such a great idea, and again, I appreciate you guys inviting me, even though it was supposed to be a nicer day.
It was.
It was supposed to be a nicer day, which is the reason why I planned. You know what? I think I'm going to go. I didn't go back in 2020 when it was like
it's cold.
Did you go to that one?
We did the same thing, but so here's the deal. We invited friends. The same deal at different spot.
Except for this friend. You didn't call this friend that time.
Well, yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. You got me there. But so a lot of people went, and we did the same thing, but we had hamburgers for us. So we had a whole bunch of hamburgers, and we were enjoying ourselves and all with all the friends. The same thing, but without the sale.
Okay, so you just guys just
So like
you tailgated for you guys for yourselves.
And the pitching instead of buying the tacos like you bought this time, I think we did like $25, and that included hamburgers, whatever hamburgers you.
Nice, as many as you want,
yeah. So we just wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
But people kept approaching us,
asking if you guys were selling.
if we could sell, and we start selling. So we're like, okay, you guys don't get any hamburgers. We are selling them all.
Yeah, maybe we can make some money back in what we will give you guys back.
Exactly, and that's where the idea came from.
Yeah.
And hamburgers take longer to be made.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we said, if we do hamburgers, we're going to sell very little.
Yeah.
And so back in 2020, we had another friend who was supposed to come, and for whatever reason, she took longer. And when we call her, like, where are you at? Yeah. Oh, I'm barely driving over. I said, go to Elvira's and buy us a whole bote de tamales. Uh-huh. And really, what? All of it? Yes, a whole bote. Whatever that is, just buy it.
Yeah.
And we sold tamales as well and there. Uh-huh. And she was selling burrito. She got all hyped up and bought all kinds of stuff made and brought them. And we sold more because we didn't have enough hamburgers. We didn't have enough hamburgers for the whole party plus to sell, right? Uh-huh. So we like, let's do it. Let's keep it going. Yeah. And so this time we did tacos, and it was crazy.
Man, that's cool. And then but you did it in 2015 for the Royals as well?
We did it in 2015 for the Royals.
So that was the first time you guys did it?
Yes. Just about half a block away from where we did it last time.
Okay.
And it was a ball as well. We didn't sell anything. Everybody brought their own stuff and whatever. And so we've been getting better and better every year.
So now you just got to hope that they win
Keep
again.
on winning.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And well, like I was just telling somebody that the Kansas City, for the last 8 years, we, 3 parades and championships and Super Bowls and World Series. And in the last 8 years, this city has, the teams here in the city have done really good for Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Even the KC Sporting, they won a championship within the last 8 years. So, did you guys ever go up there?
To the
KC Sporting?
Yeah.
The soccer games? And
a couple of times. I don't follow.
Yeah.
I only do
either.
Football. But soccer, I know of it. If I get invited, I go, but I don't follow it.
So you don't follow football.
I was about to say that.
Football Americano you follow.
Right.
It's like there's such irony in that whole.
Right.
Yeah. So again, thank you for that. That was awesome. Like Marco started off, you and we've known each other for more than 30 years.
I changed your diapers, bud.
I was 19 years old when we met. Yeah. When we both worked together at the same place.
Which was?
At a UEA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. And
I had to train him.
Yeah. So, when I got onto the job, Edgar was in the art department, and that's where I wanted to go. But I started off in the blue room.
Yep.
Yeah. But eventually I was like, man, hook me up, man. I want to go to the art room. And so eventually, I went in there, and it was all good from there. So by any chance, do you see anybody still from?
I don't.
No, Senora or?
I've seen her a couple times.
Do you keep in contact with her?
So I don't.
Okay.
Okay. To be honest, I don't.
And it's hard, and.
Everybody. Yeah. I should. I know. I really like her, but I'm so busy all the time. I'm all over the place. And it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I get it.
It's tough though. But I visited a couple times the plant. The engraving shop and all that. And so that's part of life, bro. I'm going in other directions.
Yeah, no, and that's good for you. Good that you're doing other things and keeping yourself busy. But one thing that I'll always remember, and
talk about the diapers.
No, not about the diapers. Yeah, one thing I'll always remember. So you know what? I'm gonna go back to my 19th birthday. we had a party at your place. You know, when you used to live, I think, by Westport, off of Washington.
Okay. Yes.
You remember that upstairs?
And
you
third
guys,
floor.
yeah, you guys threw me a party. They threw me a party for my 19th birthday, and of course, your mom we had just started dating.
Yeah.
You know, so that whole thing, and you know that was a good time. And then I don't know if you remember this, but my 21st birthday. Do you remember what we did that day?
I don't
No.
remember. Mario.
So you guys, you know, it was you and
I'm a
Jorge
gentleman,
and
so I don't have memory.
yeah, and
I forget those things.
and Yuriko,
Uh-huh.
okay, Cuervo, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I said, and Jorge, and there was a few others, but we all got together, and you
All
guys took me.
cousins.
Yeah, y'all, your cousins. Yeah, you took me to Westport.
Okay.
Okay, and we went to Lynn Dickey's. Remember that spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there and we partied. It was a Monday night because I remember I was like, "Oh, there's a football game going," and you were like, "Nah, we're not here to watch football. We're going here to party." So I was finally able to use my ID, and we partied. I mean, we partied hard because I remember we left that place and then we went to your place right there on the 18th of Minnesota.
Oh,
No,
that one.
Yeah. So yeah, at first it was on Washington, and then later on you moved to that spot.
Right. That was the studio.
Yeah, the studio.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah. You moved there, and then I stayed the night, and then we all went to work the next because that was a Monday night. So we
All
went.
I've heard
we
is
all,
that you went
Yeah.
you went back to work all hungover.
yeah. Oh, I was trashed. And Edgar was like, "Hey, man, you guys take care of Mario. You know, he's pretty trashed right now." So, so yeah, no, that was a good time. But going back to that, one thing I'll always remember. Is when you and I took the trip to Mexico City. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you went to work and I went for vacation.
Right.
Or you're the one that said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm just come on, take a vacation and
Yeah.
let's come with me." And you know, the company was like, "Yeah, go with them." And you know, so I followed you. I was with you, and we would visit customers, and that was a good time. That was fun.
What do you remember about that?
Man, I remember a lot of that trip. You know, what do you remember about that trip?
I mean, the fact that we went visited customers.
Yeah, I mean, we were busy. I couldn't believe how busy that really was. I mean, because I think we saw like 3 customers a day.
3 or 4.
You know, yeah, you know, and
I'm kind of surprised how much work you were getting, like Mexico wise, like States to Mexico for.
yeah, this was in Mexico City.
I did that for about 3 or 4 years, visiting customers abroad, right? And people back at the shop would say, he's only traveling and he's,
Right.
you know, just
No,
chilling. And he comes back and tries to get us all this work and just talks big, you know, the big talk and all that. And when Mario went, I remember vividly, we were having dinner somewhere and he's like, "You know what, Edgar? I really am surprised about how many customers we saw this week and how much responsibility you really take
Right.
with these people."
Because I thought you didn't do anything. I thought you just went on vacation.
Exactly.
No, I never said that. No, I knew he was going to work, and I wanted to see how it was done. You know, especially my first time that far down deep in Mexico. That's the first time I've ever been in Mexico City. That's the last time. I've never been back. And, you know, the only times that I would go to Mexico is we would go to El Paso with my family, and then we'd cross over to see my grandparents there in Juarez.
Right.
And it was just that quick, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
Way different, huh?
Oh, way different. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But then again, that was 1991,
Yeah.
you know, when we went. Yeah. So actually, I was pretty surprised because there was still some buildings that were from the earthquake. Was it 85 or 86? 85, the earthquake that hit Mexico. And there were still buildings that never got put back up. And they were just, you know, starting to demolish buildings.
Well, what is Mexico City like?
I don't know now. I mean, back
Well,
then.
what was it like then?
It was busy.
Really?
It was just a busy city and cars and crazy people driving on the road. And I'm like, God, this is scary.
If you could make like a equal transit, like another
Comparison.
comparison, thank you, like to another city in the States.
You know, probably New York City.
Really?
Yeah, as busy as
Just
it was.
not as many buildings.
No, I think
No,
you've been to.
Mexico City has a lot of buildings.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got lots of buildings.
If you Google Santa Fe or Reforma nowadays, you'll see a New York City skyline like same thing.
Yeah, I'd like to. That would be cool.
Interesting.
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, so yeah, I remember that business trip, and you know how much work you put into that, and it was awesome. Yeah, like for me, like it was just awesome. And so one thing I'll always remember is we took went to the rancho, right? Mm-hmm. Where your grandparents were.
We were there for 2 weeks. And one weekend we went to El Pueblo. Uh-huh. And then the other weekend we went to Acapulco.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, that was 2 weeks. Now that yeah. You're right. Yeah. So when we went to El Rancho, I remember, and I like telling this story that your grandparents had rabbits. Both of your grandparents were still with us, right? And I remember meeting them. I remember the cornfield. You showed me the cornfield. You know, that was awesome. But they had a what do you call it?
Don't tell anybody I took you to the cornfield.
Oh well, okay, I won't say that. So there was the rabbits, the conejos, and oh man, I was just so, like in awe of these white, pretty rabbits. They were just running around.
They're kind of big, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And Edgar's just watching me, and I'm petting them, and he's like, "Which one?" He says, "Which one of these do you like?" I'm like, "I like this one right here, the pink nose, the pink eye." And he says, "What?" He says, "He goes, if we were to leave, would you take this one home with you?" I said, "Oh, I could take one of these home." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, sweet. You know what? Yeah, I'll take this one." And he said, "Yeah, I'll tell my abuelita to keep it aside, and we'll take it home with us." Long story short, we get back to the house. And Edgar's like, "Yeah, let's go have dinner." My grandparents made dinner. I'm like, "Oh, it was so good. It was, I don't know if it was a caldito or what it was." And then later on, he says, "Hey, you remember that rabbit that you wanted to take home?" He goes, "Well, you going to take it home?" I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, we just had it." I'm like, "What?" I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, we just had it for dinner." Oh man! I was like, "Dude, I even gave it a name. I don't remember what name I gave it." You know?
Well, when he told you to pick one out, he meant to pick one out to eat.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what he was talking about. And then later on, he says, "Here, you can have this," and he gave me the rabbit's foot.
Yep.
And what happened to that rabbit's foot?
And I tried to keep it for the longest time, and it eventually just, it just fell apart. Yeah, oh yeah, it did. It started to fall apart. It was just literally cut off, and then I was just carrying it around.
It was all bleeding still.
Yeah. And I remember I took it to Doug Boney, and I said, hey, you remember Doug Boney, right? I said, "Hey, is there a way I can save this?" He says, "Well, what is it?" I said, "It's a rabbit's foot. It's my lucky rabbit's foot." And he says, "Well, apparently it's not lucky for the rabbit, but now you have it."
So
I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess that's a good point."
How does rabbit taste?
It was good, like chicken.
Really?
Right? Would you say it tastes like pollo or no?
Tastes good.
It's good. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It depends on how it's cooked, but my grandma made it in chile verde. So it was like a soupy type of, and the meat was coming apart. So
it was just so tender and good. It was really good. Yeah.
Just can't think of a lot of meat on a rabbit.
Yeah, it was quite a. And I think
would you eat a rabbit, Chris?
No,
why?
I don't like animals.
Well, if you don't like animals, what's the problem with eating one?
Yeah, you sure do eat a lot of chicken strips.
Yeah,
It's different.
Wow, wow.
It's a rabbit
freaking
farm.
animal.
It's a rabbit farm.
Eh.
I could probably eat a rabbit.
And those wasquy wabbits. Yeah, it was really, really good. That's why, I mean, we could talk for hours about this, so I'll try to keep this short. You remember the basketball tournament that I played in over there?
yeah.
It was a basketball tournament, and I got to play in it. And Edgar said, "Hey, yeah, I think it might have been Cuervo's team."
Is it the one where they give you the nickname?
Yeah,
Clown.
you remember the nickname that they gave me?
I don't remember that one.
So we're playing ball, and in the way I play basketball, like behind my back and create no look passes.
You're showing off, that for sure.
Yes, I was. And I wasn't one of the bigger guys, but I mean, we were all about the same size. There wasn't any giants there.
Yeah, it's Mexico.
So we're playing ball, and they kept yelling, "¿Quién tiene el payaso? ¿Quién tiene el payaso? What's a payaso?" So that's all, and that's what they call me, el payaso.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, they just gave me a nickname. So we're playing, and of course they didn't think I spoke Spanish, And yeah, so then I just had to start talking back to them at the same time. And they're like, oh shit, this guy, El Payaso can talk Spanish. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
wonder why they assumed that. What gave you away that you didn't? Were you guys talking English?
I know, because I didn't talk very much. And I think when I was talking to Edgar, I was speaking English. Yeah. Because at the time, I was 19 years old. I didn't
21.
speak I'm sorry, 21. I didn't speak a whole lot of Spanish.
I think you've always known Spanish, though.
No, yeah, I have, but I think I started to speak a lot more when I would speak to Edgar, when I would speak to Jorge, and then a lot of the guys that started to come into work all spoke Spanish, so that I had to practice it. I had to speak it a lot there.
I guess I forget too that you speak Spanish.
Yeah, and not too many people know that, but
None of us do.
And also, you get used to speaking.
Well, yeah,
with whatever language
you're surrounded by.
Surrounded by. Yeah, and so we always spoke English. And, and
it's kind
here
of
and
so
there.
it was almost
them.
it was almost like I was helping them speak while they were learning the language, the English language, and then Spanish we would go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, and then also the drive to Acapulco, I got sick. You made me sick, and I think you did that shit on purpose because he drove fast. I remember we'd be driving, and he'd say, Mario, he goes, tell him we're getting ready to switch lanes. I'm like, how? He goes, just stick your arm out, tell him we're coming over, we're getting in. And then I would just stick my arm out, and then that was our signal.
The car didn't have signals and had lights.
But
everybody
I
just.
just had to keep him busy.
Yeah.
He was puking.
Oh man, yeah.
But he was puking because he got drunk.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'll never forget this one. It's like 8 a.m. and we're on our way, and we stop to have breakfast somewhere, little puestito, quesadillas, and they had something, they were selling all kinds of stuff, and we're like, let's have breakfast, and I order a beer, everything else we looked at the menu and we ordered breakfast, but I ordered a beer, and he's like,
He's gonna have a beer. I'll have a beer.
no, wait. He's like, I forget I'm on vacation. He said, but I never had a beer for breakfast.
Right? Yeah, I never have done that.
I
So.
never had a beer for breakfast. Order one. Okay, I'll have one.
And it turned 2, 3, and then got pedo. We're sitting there checking out the ocean, and all of a sudden it's 10 o'clock in the morning. We're passed out on the beach.
He passed out on the beach at 10 in the morning. We went clubbing.
The night before.
Yeah, in one of those clubs, I remember I even asked you, I'm like, Edgar, there's a lot of Americanos here. They're all güeros. And you're like, no, they're not Americanos. Just go over and listen to them. And they all spoke Spanish. They're all Mexicanos, but just really complected and blonde hair, brown eyes, brown hair, And I was like, holy smoke, yeah, everybody here speaks Spanish, yeah.
All well dressed.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Just on the lighter shade. Interesting.
yeah.
And you get everything, but it's a different stratus of people.
Sure.
Yeah, totally different behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even remember seeing other people vacationing there, So yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, let's go. So you living down there on 18th Street in Minnesota, right? Back when you used to live there.
That's where I was.
The you call it wasn't an apartment, but you said
so those were apartment buildings that Vicente owned.
Okay, those are Vicente's, yeah.
Yeah, those were Vicente's. He sold them now, but he was working on them, and we had the studio.
Oh, that's right, the studio
at the bottom.
Yeah,
and you painted the floor.
Yeah, yes, I was gonna.
You did a sign.
You remember that?
We created the. It's like a loft.
Yeah.
So you can see you come in and you see everything: bedroom, kitchen, everything, and it was all built in wood and colors, and it was crazy. And so all the cousins would get there, and some would stay, some would go, but we had get-togethers all the time. And we did like a dance floor in there. As you walked in, there was like a dance floor. So it was raised for like 6 inches.
Yeah.
And you painted the floor.
Yeah, I remember Edgar was like, yeah, he goes, you want to paint the floor? You can paint whatever you want on there. And I have pictures. I have them. And I meant to look them up. And maybe if I find them, maybe we can show some of the pictures, during this podcast. But yeah, giant Adidas logo and my name, and just I can't remember everything, but it was a real colorful graffiti type of painting. Yeah, so yeah, that was cool. I was honored to do that. It was for your guys' your dance floor, your party floor.
That was crazy. Those were crazy times. Don't be remembering.
Do we know if it's still painted or was it eventually painted over?
Whatever happened, I think.
No, it was a commercial room space. So anybody who came in built it to
theirs,
to their whatever needs, right? But yeah, it was a singles loft apartment,
Yeah, and one funny story. I remember we were driving to your place. You were driving, and your Uncle Vicente, your Tío Vicente, was outside, and he was walking up the sidewalk, but he was taking like long steps, and, like this,
like
literally,
like kind of almost like walking like.
he was measuring.
And he was measuring, and I was just looking at him. I'm like, and Edgar says, "Yeah, that's the way my uncle walks." And I was like, I said, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Oh, no. He's just measuring because he was working on the sidewalk."
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, so it's funny because
in the distance.
yeah, so it's funny because I remember just things like that, and then I get in trouble for not remembering stuff I did last week or yesterday, But
That's funny.
yeah. And that was those are good times. Yeah. Let's get on to you. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Yeah. Del Pueblo. You met San Vicente and Texcoco are on the outskirts of the Mexico Valley. So outside Mexico City, the downtown, the urban area.
Okay.
We are in the countryside of the same valley. That's where I am from. And but we moved to Mexico City, like back and forth and all that. So
Okay, but from where you originally from, how old were you until you were making your move? And
so I was 18 when I came to the United States.
okay.
I was 18. But all throughout my life there, we move a lot, right? We move a lot. I mean, my mother wasn't in the army, but we looked like it. Like we travel all over the place and live in different places. So, but I was born there.
So how far was the rancho from that area?
Okay, so the rancho was about an hour.
An hour
From the town.
Okay.
And the town was about 2 hours or an hour and a half from where we were staying. We were staying at a hotel in the downtown area of Mexico City.
Uh-huh.
And that took us about an hour and a half to get to El Pueblo.
Okay.
And then from there, we went up to the rancho, and that was about 45 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you spent a lot of time there?
I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah. Learning.
A lot of weekends. And
working there? Or?
Yeah. My grandfather always, it was like, I don't remember, like 4 hectares. So it's like, I don't know the conversion, but we had corn and we had beans and we had flowers at some point.
Yeah.
There was a big a greenhouse in it, and then the rancho house, and all that. So we had horses, we had chickens, rabbits, you name it, sheep,
Just real farm life. Just real farm life.
Yeah. My grandparents always liked to go there on the weekends and enjoy that, and they have people there also. Yeah. But as they grew older, they like move away from El Pueblo and just were at the rancho. Yeah.
And so what is it now? I mean, anybody still own it or?
Yeah, the family has it.
The family
so,
still using it.
Yeah. Alan and Angel,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so their mom owns part of it.
Okay.
Then Vicente has the other part. And it's always kept moving and changing and all that. So right now they're building a party venue.
Oh, really?
The whole thing, yeah.
No more rabbits?
No more rabbits. You know,
man.
I took that last one.
They disappeared. They came to Kansas.
They came with you when you came up here.
Right.
Like, go free. Be free.
What was it? What you growing up, as a young buck, what did you do for fun back then?
All kinds of problems.
Problems.
Yeah, all kinds of problems. No, I mean, I always been very creative. I love to draw. I love to paint.
Yeah.
I love to sculpt. And so I did that. But I have always been very entrepreneurial. And now I guess the title is strategic. So figuring how to get things done, so my life was always a lot of fun because I live with my grandparents. My mom died when I was 14.
Okay.
And so I moved with my grandparents, and my grandparents have had 10 kids, most females, but 3 of them males. And they were like my older brothers. I don't see them as my uncles. They are my uncles, but don't see them as my uncles. So Felix, Vicente, and Mateo, right?
Mateo, we went and visited Mateo.
That's right.
That's right.
We went
Because
to his
I
house.
think that was the first time I think I had, it was either a whiskey or a bourbon, or it was something that he was drinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a dinner with them,
Yeah.
with him and his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but they are like the role models I had. They always had people over. They have a lot of friends. They were very well known and connected, and so I mingle with a lot of grown-ups.
Yeah.
And hardly ever hang around people my age. So I learn a lot, and we're in parties and get-togethers all the time. Drank since I was very little, and so I always had a good time, right? Had a good time. But as I grew up, I started creating my own businesses. Yeah. I had a nightclub. In organized parties, private parties. But I always went like to school and kept it straight and real. Yeah. But on the weekends, I'm like, weekends are for me.
Weekends were made for Michelob, is what they say.
Exactly.
Heck yeah. Do you still keep in touch with your friends with your friends from Mexico?
Yeah. I mean, see, I'm strange in that respect, and you talk about Teresa, and you talk about friends, about you. I mean, we haven't talked in a long time, and we're not, talking. But I love you as a friend, and I've never forgotten you or anything like that. It's just that I get into my swing of things, doing my productions and getting my stuff done. Right. That. Sometimes people think that I don't care about them, right? But if my friends and my family needs me, I'm there. I'm always there, But
bless you.
Yeah,
bless you.
Thank you.
So I have friends from all over the place, and if I'm around, I'll find them, or they look at me, and we get together and we enjoy ourselves. It's that type of thing. But I really don't hang around any specific group of people. Okay. Like I have friends for purpose. Not for using them for something, but like I have my bikers friends.
The Mayans.
There you go. Yeah. That too. So it's like that. I know a lot of people.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends.
Yeah, that's good. And and like you said, you are one to help out when a friend is in need. And here, back in 2017, 2017 when you got your tattoo.
Oh, you got the tattoo?
17.
Yeah. So you remember when I got a hold of you and say, hey, can you help me out with some artwork? And, we met up at one of the bars down on Southwest Boulevard, and I showed you the artwork, and you fix it up, you straighten it for me. And so now it's officially our tattoo, which is the tattoo.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes.
Because I asked you if we could flip it over.
Right.
Yeah. So
If the camera can see.
it's kind of hard to show. So I have mine, he has his. So
Okay.
we both have the same tattoo.
Nice.
With Garcia on it.
Nice.
Chris, you can't see it, can you? There's no way to properly do this.
Isn't Dad's on his right arm?
Mine, I got mine covered up. Okay, so he's gonna. Oh, look, you know what I can't, son? All right, go ahead. So.
It's backwards.
No, it's supposed to be red in both ways.
I'm trying to. Which way's the right way, Chris?
Both. It can be red.
Either way you hold it, it's still the right read. It's still red, right reading.
No, I mean one way. It's technically, yeah. Okay.
I know it's kind of far away, but you can zoom into that. And then if we flip it over,
That is still being.
yeah. But
There it is. I can't get straight.
Well, I mean,
if you back up anymore, you're gonna end up by Edgar's lap.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, that was good.
yeah, I mean,
I remember way back when we first, my dad had shown me that, and we were planning to get it because it was my first tattoo.
okay.
And he had told me that a friend of his helped him with it, but I never really realized who it was.
Okay.
So thank you for that.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Forever signature.
So even way back when I asked Edgar, I said, hey, I need a logo, man. I need some kind of a logo.
Because he was DJing.
Yeah, see? Didn't I tell you he's a DJ? I even have a card.
Yeah.
So so we were supposed to make some business cards. I think we did.
Yeah.
I think I made some business cards. I remember the PMT. Remember that paper? They're called
I don't
PMTs.
remember.
Okay, yeah, we won't talk about that. So, but made some business cards. So he did it was kind of like a stencil picture of me. And then of course I just had the mustache. I didn't have
The goatee was there.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
You sure?
You did shave and clean your face, but that's a
Okay,
different
you're right.
situation.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Because it was the goatee that was more pronounced, and then some lokes, some sunglasses, and I was wearing a flat top. Remember, I used to wear the flat top, and then he put my initials in calligraphy behind me. So I even think I had a bow tie. And I still have it. I still have it because when we got together, when I was showing you my tattoo, I remember I sent you a picture. I'm like, hey, you remember this acetate? And it was the original acetate. There was the piece of film that we used. I still had it. Yeah.
Was it like in black and white or
Yeah.
like?
And then oh yeah, you know what? It was. Well, I have to show you. I have it at home actually. Yeah. It's by Chris's room upstairs in that little loft area. He doesn't know nothing about it. But now that I'm on that track, there was something else that we drew. Oh shit! Now I forgot. Man. Anyway.
Well, you recently got some shot glasses.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. That's right. I forgot about the shot glasses. Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Of what?
It was just like the same logo. It almost looked like the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
We did all kinds of artwork.
Yeah, it was good. And this guy was good. I mean, I'm sure you still are, but the artwork, the airbrush you used to do back in the day. You still airbrush now?
I don't.
No?
I don't. I wish I did, but no. I do more oils now than anything.
Ah, qué cochino, como que hoyos.
No oils.
No.
Oils.
Oils. Oh, that oils. Okay.
I tried. I don't know. I mean, hold on. Who's your audience? I need to know who's your audience. Who am I talking to here?
A lot of people. So, all right. What did you want to be growing up? Before, what was it that you were looking forward to doing? Or a farmer?
A farmer. No, not a farmer.
Yeah.
I mean, if
you had that artistic ability.
Yeah, but I never tried to be a professional artist.
No?
No, graphic design was like a choice I made through conversations with Mateo. Actually, that happened. But I mean, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a bullfighter. I wanted to be all that, and I did bullfight when I was little. Yeah.
Well, how little?
Twice.
But what were you?
9, 10 years old.
But what were you going up against? Like
The pig?
Little
sheep,
bulls,
pigs?
little bulls. No.
the rabbits?
The rabbit. The rabbits. No. So back in Mexico, you have the town fiestas.
Yeah.
Right? And El Santo, la fiesta del Santo. No? And so they have games or mechanical games and la feria.
Yeah.
And they have cockfights and bullfights and all of that. Right? And so
Cockfights out?
yeah.
That's illegal over here, but that was just a normal thing there.
It is a normal thing over there, and you make a lot of money or lose a lot of money.
You can make it or lose it.
Yeah. And so
Jeez.
Vicente always loved bullfights.
Okay.
And he organized the bullfights in the pueblo for the festivity.
And that was he was a busy guy, even way back when. And he's still doing this thing.
So just long story short, my uncle, his name comes from the Santo Patron of our town, which is San Vicente. So he was named Vicente.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he organized the bullfights, and he bought what we call vaquilla, which is a little bull.
Little boy, yeah.
Yeah. And we play with it.
Yeah.
So I got
Did it have a name?
No.
What?
And I didn't get to take it.
But you guys were playing with it like a pet, no?
No. We were bullfighting him.
Oh, so you guys are.
No,
you didn't go that far.
It's a little baby. Come on. you have to wait for it to be.
Yeah,
grown.
okay. Wait for it to grow up a little bit.
Right. But
Yeah.
the little cape thing and, all of that we did. It was fun. But so going back to the topic, the question here, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just had a lot of fun, and I was partying every weekend with my family, so, like literally. And so, back when I went out of, started looking for colleges, I remember talking to my uncle Mateo, and we were like looking at a book of all of the careers and all of the studies that were there, and he's like, "What do you like?" I go, "I don't know. I mean, I was offered money in a car to become a lawyer, and I'm like, I really don't want to be a lawyer, all that." And so I had to figure it out. And Mateo's like, "You're always drawing. You're always sketching. You're always doing all of these creative things with your hands. There is careers that do that and get paid for." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't want to be an artist, like, trying to sell art and not make it." And he's like, "Well, so there is graphic design that you can have a career and work with other people and make money at it."
Yeah.
I go, "Okay, so let's look at it." And I started looking into the whole curricula, I went to schools and just the college search type of thing.
Okay.
And I applied for a college or a university in Mexico, and I got approved. So that's what I became.
Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Yes. So, as far as Mexico, do you remember the earthquakes when you were there?
Yeah. And in fact,
were they frequent?
So Mexico is in an earthquake zone.
Yeah.
It's like California.
Right.
So you always get them, but you don't get them large enough to count per se. Okay.
Sure.
But the big ones you always remember.
Because that really, really big one, what year was it? 85?
Yeah, 1985.
Man, I mean, it was huge. It had to be one of the biggest ones ever. Mm-hmm. And then just here recently, didn't they go through another earthquake?
Right, several. But nothing as like big as
that one. Yeah.
I think that was 7.7, 7.9.
Dang.
And I have not heard of anything above 7.
You didn't lose any family or anything like that, did you?
Not necessarily, but I did lose friends.
Did you?
Yeah.
Man, that had to have been tough. I mean,
in fact, the kid that called you payaso,
Yeah.
his brother, we were we had a group of friends that played basketball all the time, and we would go after school to the courts and play against each other and have fun doing that.
Yeah.
The friend that called you payaso, his brother died in a clinic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, and that was in the early 90s when we went, so it wasn't not too long after that earthquake had hit.
Right.
So that's why I mentioned that the buildings were still, halfway down and just
that they were
demolished.
still left from the incident.
And some of them were going back up, and some of them they were just
letting lie be.
demolish them, just knock them down. And for you people out there, we keep saying the word payaso. Payaso means clown. I don't know if I said just what it was. Yeah. And
It suits you.
It's true that I'm still a clown.
Yeah, it suits you very well.
It suits me. I see. That's funny. Oh man. So what's keeping you busy nowadays? What are you doing now? What's Edgar Galicia doing?
Getting in trouble all the time.
Still.
Yeah. No, I mean, so 10 years ago, I went through my last divorce.
Okay.
And I came back to Kansas looking for that certainty, that stability,
The opportunity.
I don't know if opportunity, because back then I thought I had it all made.
Okay.
Right. But I went bankrupt in 2011. And so I had to refine or redetermine my direction. It's funny, I talk to people that I tell them that I never thought about politics. I never thought about community. I never thought about, working in the public sector. I always dedicated myself to the private sector. And I like to think that I was successful. I had a lot of fun and did my thing. But when I went bankrupt, I really had to figure out what. And honestly, what happened to me was that I was rescued or found by community.
Okay.
And so that changed my spectrum of activity and all that totally. I mean, 180.
Yeah.
So today I work for a non-for-profit. I'm the executive director for the non-for-profit that works in Kansas City, Kansas. I work for Central Avenue Betterment Association.
Which is the CABA.
CABA.
They call it CABA, yeah.
Exactly. And so that's a very public space. That's working in community constantly, working for our mission that is to improve the quality of life of our people, and just making sure that our community is recognized for what it is and keeps on growing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to have to say that you've done a great job down there on Central Avenue. Yeah, it's growing. So I used to live in Central when Sandy and I first got married. We moved to that's where she grew up.
Okay.
Right, not too far from Central Avenue, 7th and Lowell. A couple streets over is Central Avenue, right by the highway.
Okay.
On that side.
Okay.
Right. So on the east side. But yeah, I mean, we go down there and we're like, man, it has grown so much.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
Any changes from COVID? Did COVID slow things down or not really? Or
I mean, through the pandemic, through the whole COVID year.
Yeah, the whole pandemic.
Situation. Everything changed for us because we build community with programs and events, and so we couldn't gather. We're
slow down.
Yeah.
For sure.
So part of our project is to create community pride, so people feel good about where they are. They feel welcome, and they look for ways to invest into community, right? And stay there, stay rooted. So we organize parades, we're going to festivals, we're going to organize all of these activities that require people to come.
Yeah.
And they couldn't come.
And so they couldn't come, so we couldn't do anything. So it was hard.
So you didn't do anything on Zoom? Okay, everybody get on Zoom and let's try to get this done.
Right.
You can only fit like 30 people at most on a Zoom.
Right.
Right.
And let's do a parade. Everybody
Everybody
around.
pick up your computers and walk around your living room.
Walk around, everybody start walking around.
Everybody around their living room start praying. Right.
Yeah,
we
that was a tough time. I mean, everybody learned how to use their laptops and computers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Using Zoom, but
It was. And so we had to find ways to operate, and we had the blessing of other organizations who helped us. So like we have a market where people vend whatever, all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so that's like a business incubator. And so they are bringing their products and testing markets and looking at ways to offer them and all that. And they learn, but they build a business on the go, right? We had to get curtains and window covers and all of these tents to protect them while they were doing the sale.
Interesting.
And masking and, control of people coming in and out. And specific numbers, but that was towards the end of 2020, where people stop being afraid.
yeah,
At the beginning, it was panic. It was like, what's going on? And whatever sounded iffy, they're like, get away from there. We don't want to do anything there. It was crazy.
So we've gone to some of the events that you've had there, the parade.
Okay.
Yeah. El Día de los Muertos.
Yep.
Which is an awesome parade. The way everything's held. You guys do a good job with that. And you remember when we've gone to the...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I said on Central.
Yeah, Central Avenue. That's exactly where, that's where all of this happens, and that's where Edgar is. So you might have seen him, probably us talking to him and...
Probably, we were probably if you were out on the street just walking around, maybe just at some place.
Oh yeah,
I
because
see him and I try to turn around.
Yeah,
I had to turn away,
like,
exactly.
Hey, Edgar, he just takes off running. He don't want to talk to me. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Why don't we ever do a float when you're dead?
yeah, and that's what we're about to ask Edgar right now. What can we do to get in this parade? Because we love that as well. And what's the ofrenda?
Yeah.
Right. You guys do that as well, and.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago they did it for my nephew, Little Leo.
Yeah.
You remember Little Leo, right? They had that for him as well there. And so I know we talked about trying to do it again, and I don't think something happened. We didn't have time to do it. So
yeah.
But we want to try to do it this coming up year.
Let's do it.
Do we need to get those masks?
Yeah. So Marcos and I, a while back, years ago, we bought some máscaras. They're prosthetics.
Okay.
But it's a skull.
Uh-huh.
And real, and then it just, they came out really cool. We did it for, for El Día de los Muertos, but we went to a party.
Okay.
Somebody threw like a little fiesta. Mm-hmm. And so we dressed up like cowboys.
Uh-huh.
Or I had the sombrero. And you dressed, I did the cowboy. You were
I was the bandito.
Yeah, a bandito, yeah. So we'd like to dress up, and when we gone, we're like, oh man, this is awesome.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll set it up. We'll get with you and whatever we need to do to.
All you have to do is register.
Here's the picture if you want to see.
Let's see.
And then I'll put it.
Yeah, we can. We'll post
Put
this.
it online so everybody can see it right.
Oh
here
wow.
too.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. So that was cool. So
good.
we'll do something a little more different than
Let's
that.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all you have to do, and whoever wants to participate in the parade, everybody's welcome. It's public. The whole community is welcome. You don't have to be Mexican. You don't have to be. There is two requisites.
Okay.
One is that you respect the celebration.
Uh-huh.
You understand the nature. You learn about the celebration and respect it. The second one is that you have to have someone, a loved one who lives in your heart, who has passed away and lives in your heart, lives in your memory. That's all you have to have.
Yeah.
And so who doesn't?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
exactly right.
A lot of people call us or say, hey, we want to respect and we want want to do cultural appropriation, that type of thing.
Sure.
Can we dress up? Can we celebrate? And I said, do you have someone who has passed away in your family that you
That you want to
remember with
celebrate,
love? Yes, of course. And then come and celebrate them.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is all about.
Yeah. It's not just about just going out there and dressing up and
Exactly.
yeah, that you have to have a reason, a good reason.
Right. And actually, people who dressed up, they should be dressing up as the people they love.
Okay.
Who has passed away, because they're honoring. So the parade is supposed to be the walk over their souls as they come to visit or as they go away. Okay. They return, right?
Yeah.
And when people dress up, then the souls can mingle and walk about among us with freedom, without the fear to be seen or not. They're mixing with everybody else. And so that's why people dress up.
That sounds good. And how about if a small podcast takes a drive down Central?
As long as you have the technology.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
All right, perfect.
We can take care of that. What do you think, son? We can
Dio de
dress up for our loved
Dio de
ones.
los Modcast.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you have the technology, as long as you can,
I thought that was
you can
clever.
do the whole parade podcast.
Yeah. And sit there and we talk, and then we can talk to people that want to.
I mean, two different parts. It could either be like us, say we're riding on like a trailer with the podcast, or say we're on the side and we're just talking about each float that comes through.
Yeah, each thing. That would be awesome.
And that has been done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a couple radio
A
stations.
couple radio shows have done it. Yeah, I
couple
know
radio
that.
stations, a couple TV stations, and I'll say at least one podcast.
Okay.
Really?
That
Huh.
they brought their just like a platform,
Yeah.
stage
Yep. Mm-hmm.
on the side, and they were recording the background with all of the people doing their stuff, and they were talking and interviewing and all that. That's a way to do it.
Yeah.
There is no reason why you shouldn't do it as well. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people don't know what's going on and what's happening,
Right.
and when they learn about it, they're like, "Oh, I want to be part of it!" Right? But what nobody has done is a podcast through or for the production of the parade itself, meaning you would be going to the lineup, and you can interview people in the lineup. You can jump on a trailer and go as a float, go with the parade, and be taking all the activity from the parade to the outside. Because people, most people record, so a lot of the visitors are with the cell phones recordings, right? But the angle they have is from the people to the parade,
Yeah.
not from the parade to the people.
That's true.
So
Yeah. So
That's a challenge.
is that our invitation?
that's a challenge.
That's a challenge, not an invite.
Challenge.
We could do that.
All right.
We could do that. Yeah, we'll talk to Eastside, and we could get something done. Just as long as it's all good, we could do that. Then.
As long as you represent yourselves and bring your loved ones.
Yeah, and we're gonna have you on the show as well. when
Let's
we
do
that.
it.
Yeah, let's do it. I appreciate that. That'll be fun.
That's a bigger challenge. You have to hunt me. But I'll be around.
Yeah, that's no lie. I'm surprised you're not on a bike because you're a busy guy. You're running from spot to spot, up and down Central Avenue, making sure everything. I mean, so
street.
you're pretty much. This is you, right?
Well,
I'm sure you have help.
yeah, we get all kinds of help. We couldn't. I cannot do it on
By
my
yourself,
own.
right.
Okay. A lot of people. People don't see, but last year, 2022, we had about 300 volunteers. They're all over in different positions, different places, taking care of different businesses all throughout. We had about 30 who are members of the group that are all in the production.
Yeah.
Right.
We get radios and people go back and forth and all over the place. But yeah, absolutely. I'm all over the place. I'm just the director. I'm the coordinator. So I have to be everywhere, and all the questions come through me and all that type of thing. But I'm not doing it on my own.
What other is there other businesses or companies that their help as well? I mean, like the restaurants, like El Torito, and
Like the ones lined up along the.
the ones that are on Central Avenue.
So most of the vendors, what?
Church's Chicken.
Church's Chicken, yeah. so most of the businesses along the avenue
Yeah.
cooperate, volunteer, donate, help
Okay.
in many, many, many ways, right? The production is quite a bit of money, and it's paid by donations from everybody.
Right.
On top of that, we have specific sponsorships that people who want to help get a certain amount of donation. They get a stage and represent themselves there. They donate with paying for talent. It's all different, but we get a lot of help from a lot of companies. Yeah. Now we're getting to a point in which it's grown so much that corporations,
They're getting in on it.
they're getting into it, and they're
That's
calling
awesome.
us ahead of time. And they say, we want to be part of these. Corporations are getting on the game.
That's good. And do the restaurants stay open?
Yeah.
They all stay open.
Bars and restaurants.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you been to our food tour? No? We're going to invite you.
All right.
Yeah.
Can he come with us?
Sure. All of it.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll bring my kids with me.
Yeah. We have a food tour with all the restaurants. We have over 32, 35 stops. And so each restaurant, each eatery has to serve a sample order of the regular menu, but is a 70 grams, so a single street taco size portion.
Ooh, we can fill up quick doing this.
I haven't seen anyone finish.
No.
I can do it.
Let's do it. Let's see. I want to see.
Oh, when is this held?
This one is in May 20th.
May 20th.
Yeah, May 20th.
Okay.
And so it's coming up. And so, bars and restaurants all over Central and Minnesota and Central Avenue between 18th Street and 6th Street.
6th Street. Okay.
All of those restaurants are invited, and most of them participate.
Okay. 6th Street, is that where Chicago's bar?
Yep.
Is that right there? So
6 all the way, but
All
that's
the
from
way.
Central all the way to Minnesota.
Hitting the
There's
bridge.
several.
Okay.
Yeah. So 30, 32, 35 stops. And I say stops because you have restaurants, you have taquerias, you have bars, and you even have, there is a sausage manufacturer on 6th Street.
Okay.
But fantastic sausages. And they participate. They grilled all their products and sample the products to the people with.
Nice. What about Slaps Barbecue?
They do too. They
Yeah?
participate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is right there. Huh.
Yeah, you know, my nephew, his cousin, Nico.
Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he used to work there for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we end, I was going to ask you about any hobbies, because I see this 51 Mercury that you're working on. What's going on with that?
That's my baby.
Yes, yeah. How long have you been working on that car?
Okay, so honestly, the whole work has been about 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years on building a car, but I'm totally building it.
I know, because you've chopped it and dropped it and.
Yeah. I mean, even
because I think your windshield is going to probably be about 6 to 8 inches. What?
It's a little
Custom
bit taller.
made? Okay,
it's
little-
about 15, but
Okay,
it's
15.
like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
It's looking sharp.
Thank
I'm keeping. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're doing there, and I'm like, man,
it's a lot of
pretty
work.
cool.
But
Take it through the parade and just.
one day,
Right.
one day. But you're gonna be so old by the time you get done, you ain't gonna be able to drive it.
Hey, bury me on it, okay? Bury me.
When you're done with it, I'm gonna sit in it and bury my ass in it.
Yes, absolutely. No, that car, I bought it in 96.
96.
Did you really?
Yeah, 1996. And
How come I don't remember? Oh, you were
because I
probably
wasn't here.
gone. Okay, you were gone.
know?
That's right.
Yeah. In 96, I bought it. and I took it to Mexico and started working on it. And I had it until 2000.
Okay.
And 99, 2000, I started working in it. And I made the biggest mistake in my life with that car. I thought I had it made. I thought of me as being somebody with ability and power, you know.
You thought you were el más chingón.
El
right?
más chingón.
Yeah.
Yes. So what I did, I took my car, which I was driving
Yeah.
and enjoying the heck out of it. I took it to a shop. I found a shop that was willing to chop it,
Chop it
lower.
up. Yeah.
Right. And while they were doing this, I started, and I want this done, and I want this done, and I want that
details.
done, and a lot of work. And I said, you know what? Let's do it now, all of it.
Nah.
I did that, and that was my biggest mistake
Yeah.
I regret that, doing that all throughout, because I even threw away the engine that it had because I wanted a bigger engine. And I'm like, I'm not going to use that engine, do without. And it's been this long, since 2000 to now, that I have not driven my car.
Man.
Yeah. So that means
It's only 23 years.
exactly. It's only 23
Jeez.
years, brother. And that. So
That's
I
about
worked,
as old as him.
yeah, bro. That's
younger.
how bad.
Yep, even longer than that. Yeah,
That's
he
how
was
bad.
98. Yeah.
And so
So as old as Mario.
I had to store it for about the first time about 8 years.
Uh-huh.
I had it stored. Then I took it out, started working on it. And then I went bankrupt and got divorced and the whole thing. And I had to store it again.
So you had to put it back in storage.
I had to put it back in storage. And I kept it there until I started working on it again in 2019. So it's been 2019 to now.
And then COVID hit.
Right.
Had a lot of free time to work on it.
All of that. But it is closer than ever to be driven. So I like cars. But I like custom cars. My shop, I call it a Black Shark. Okay. And so Black Shark has about 5 or 6 vehicles in it. It's a 1951 Mercury, but it has a E300 Chrysler in it. It has a 1988 Mercury Grand Marquis in it. Dang. It has a Stratus, 96 Stratus in it. It has a Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta in it. It has all kinds of chops. It's all, the engine is a Mustang 5.1 EFI.
Yeah.
It's a Ford engine from a Mustang. It's a small block, but it's a fantastic engine. It has the undercarriage. 3/4 of it is 1951. The front quarter is 88 from the Grand Marquis, so that the new engine can fit in the engine bay.
You got a real Frankenstein on your hands.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
But you see,
It's not Frankenstein. It's a Galicia.
exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
Dr. Galicia.
It is a brand new car. All of the electric is LED, LEDs.
Yeah.
All of the it's like crazy.
I can't wait to see what you're going to do with the dashboard. Are you going to spray paint it? Remember what you did with that truck?
Well, ever since I always custom my cars.
Yeah, I remember he had this truck. I don't know what kind. I don't remember what kind.
GMC 85 or 80 99. I don't remember.
So imagine your GMC truck.
Yeah.
Spray painting the dash with this stone look to it.
Texture.
It's a texture. It's a spray paint, but it's a texture that gave it a stone look, and that's what he did with his dashboard. I was like, it looked like stone.
It looked like a marble type of color. Yeah.
But it was like coming apart and shit. Like, what are you doing? I'm getting dirty. I lean up on this dash and I'll get all dirty.
It was.
It's funny. Real quick, that truck. I remember me, you, and there was someone else that we were all riding together. And I remember it was after my party, my 21st birthday. And I was pedo, and we were driving. You were driving real fast, and you guys let the windows open so I wouldn't fall asleep because no te duermes, no te duermes. He kept telling me, "Don't fall asleep," you know. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's funny shit, man.
So the wheels on that pickup,
Yeah.
I just finished cleaning them and polishing them, and they're going on the car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I kept those wheels.
Okay.
In the tires.
So you kept them. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Nice. So yeah, real quick, tell me about Chentes on the Hill.
That's
if you don't mind.
My cousins. No. It's
because we need to visit that spot. It's a restaurant. Go ahead.
It's sweet. So Chentes on the Hill is Vicente Jr.'s place.
Okay.
And he really got into cooking. He's always been good cooking and all that.
Yeah.
He loves to smoke meats and grill and all that. Mm-hmm. And he started doing pizza, but he started doing Mexican style pizza. So he has carne asada pizza, he has birria pizza, he has al pastor pizza, he has a couple others, and the regulars, right? But
nice.
Really good flavors, really good meats, and so there was this this restaurant going out of business, and they talked to him and said, "Hey, we want to sell it. You know, do you want it?" And so he jumped on that opportunity.
Nice.
And yeah, so it's just a good hangout place because it has good tequila, it has good pizza, good family, good friends.
We're gonna have to
good
go
drinks.
Where's it at? Located?
Yeah, where is it located?
Okay, so I don't remember the exact address.
Okay.
But it's on 5th Street. 50th Street and Ann or 50th Street and something.
So it's up on the hill.
It's Strawberry Hill.
Yeah, where your Aunt Ursula and Celine.
Oh.
I live up in that area.
Yeah,
In Central. Where the church is, where Tio Jerry.
The Paul, yes.
Yeah.
Where the Paul, the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have to go up. Yeah, I saw some on that. And that congratulations to them.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm sure your Tio Vicente's out there measuring, walking around the sidewalks with his long steps.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah. And then Marcos, real quick, I don't know if Edgar remembers this, but one time you said you got pulled over, and you said you got pulled over by a police cop. You remember that? So once in a while, and then you looked at me like, a police cop? What the police? It's either a police or a cop. He called it a police cop. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's funny because I do that with this guy. We're driving around like, oh shit, here comes a police cop. Here comes a police cop.
It's a police cop.
Yeah. Yeah. So finally, we got a face to that.
So that's where it came from. We say that a lot.
You speak English back then, okay?
Yeah. His English was very few back then. So, yeah. But anyway, so before we end, Edgar, I'm going to ask you, what are your 5 favorites? Okay? Very simple. So, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Watch this. What's your favorite NFL football team?
No, the Chiefs.
Right. Which are?
The Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. How did that come about? What was it about the Steelers?
So when I got into football, the Steelers were champions.
Yeah.
The Steelers were the Chiefs of now, right?
Right.
Back then. And the biggest rivalry was with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know,
hey, easy.
So you're referring to back in the 80s with Roger Staubach, then, aren't you?
Yeah, this was that era. Yeah.
Yeah. And so in Mexico,
in the
the Dallas Cowboys were hammered with marketing. Like they're
still hammered with marketing as of right now.
Yeah. But
Dallas Cowboys.
They're
are they still
Raiders.
they're still America's team, right? Come on, Edgar. Yeah. Okay, so they say, right?
So anyway, I never go for the popular team.
Most popular team, yeah.
Yeah. So I had
Which is the Chiefs are starting to be that team now. Everybody, you know.
True.
But they're not never going to be America's team, but they're going to be.
But they're
Kansas City.
They pay their price. They pay their dues. You know, it's their moment. I enjoy that. But so back then, all Mexico was market push Dallas Cowboys.
Interesting.
we had posters for Las Vaqueritas. We had everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, I'm not going to go.
You
for
want no
that.
part of that.
And then the Steelers start playing and start winning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the Steelers.
There you go.
And every night, ever since then.
Did you have a soccer team, football?
I used to root for the Cruz Azul, but that
Cruz Azul,
doesn't
really?
anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. they haven't won anything for like forever.
Yeah.
No, they recently won, but I don't
You don't
follow.
just follow them anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't follow soccer.
Okay. Time of day, night, morning. What do you prefer?
El mañanero,
The mornings.
the morning.
All right. Okay. I respect that. Favorite decade?
My favorite decade.
70s, 80s, 90s. What was your favorite?
No, I enjoy my life too much.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't pick one.
No regrets.
Okay.
And
Well, except for in 1990, what was it, 8 when you did
that's
all-
true. That's true.
So pre 1990.
Exactly. that decision that year wasn't good, but
Okay. So we'll take the 90s out of this.
exactly.
There you go.
No, but no regrets whatsoever.
Okay.
I enjoy everything, so I cannot say, a favorite one. No, I'm living the life as I go.
Nice. And our last one, your favorite podcast to listen to or watch?
Uh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, the Big Mud.
All right, you just wore yourself a T-shirt. Oh man, thank you.
That changes according to my sponsorship.
Okay, that's funny. But Edgar, thank you for coming in. I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me.
Like I said, we don't keep in touch a whole lot, but I mean, through Facebook we have, and I think it's cool, and you've helped us out, and if there's anything you ever need from us, please,
I will reach out.
Yeah, please.
Same likewise. I mean,
I
you ever
appreciate that.
need anything, whatever I can
Yeah.
do to help.
Thank you. If I ever
I'll
need
be there.
another tattoo, we can go to Edgar. Yeah.
Exactly, or something. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you coming in. This was fun. We went back down memory lane, and those are memories that I've talked to everybody but you. Now you know all the memories that we have, and
You are the only guy that I know that traveled all the way to Acapulco to sleep on the sand.
drunk at that.
Yep.
in the morning.
That's funny. But thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching to the Big Podcast. Until then, adios.